What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I made just over $11,000 day trading in the stock market. We are about to take a look at both of my trades. Both of them were on two small cap stocks that, I was fortunate enough did not get affected by the overall market conditions today. A lot of the large caps and the indexes all sold off today, but I was kind of hyper focused on these two stocks that we'll get into, and I was lucky that those ones still had a good run in them. So yeah, we're about to get into the video, and whether you guys trade in a similar way that I trade, or you trade crypto, futures, whatever, I think that you can still learn a good amount from my videos and the way that I trade. Because again, there's a lot of different ways you can make money in the stock market. So try and just, grab bits and pieces of information from everyone and refine your own trading strategy. Nonetheless, let's get into the video and I'll show you guys what I did today.
Starting off with the stock Indo, which was my biggest winner for the day, brought in just under $7,500. And yeah, so let's get into this trade walkthrough. So the reason that I was actually interested in Indo for a long today was because last week we saw Indo running. It was an oil sector play. It made a high of $6.65. And so I kept it on watch because usually sector plays don't always just die instantly. We kind of see them rerunning, a week or two later. So I kept an eye on this stock. So now getting into, the chart that I pretty much had seen and the setup. Looking at the actual chart that I was playing on Friday on the lower time frame, this was kind of the structure that I was watching. So I noticed that, we did have some sort of uptrending channel, and we had some support from the prior day. So I first tried it around noon, and once price flushed and I noticed that it was holding, I tried a smaller position. I actually had some more shares down here because I thought that price was going to maybe try this area. But when price started to kind of top out, I got out of the position and then I waited. So around this time, towards the end of the day, that's also when we see price tends to make an end of day rally, especially if it is a trending stock. So around this $4.70 price range, I took a pretty large position because not only did we have the possibility of this channel holding, we also had this support line or the support zone that was also coming into play, and that was pretty much the trade. I mean, my risk was less than 10 cents. It was pretty much just below this line because if price had to sell off, I would have known that the support line had broken and the bottom of this channel line would have broken too. So it would have been a pretty clear indicator that the trade was not going to work out. Unfortunately, the reason that I actually took this trade off early was because it was already during after hours. It was a Friday. Offerings can still happen, but you can see that my exit pretty much aligns with this level right here, which is where we would expect price to kind of have some trouble. So that was the Indo trade. And yeah, in hindsight, I probably would have just taken a little less size, especially because it's a Friday afternoon. It's later on in the day, but trade worked out. So still happy for that. For the next stock of the day, we have NVFY, which was my second biggest winner for the day, brought in just over $4,000. Let's get into this walkthrough and I'll show you guys what my plan on this was. This was pretty much, just like a small cap stock that was running. It popped up on my scanner. Once I noticed that, it was pretty much making higher lows, I decided to join in on the trend kind of as a quick scalp. So, we have pretty simple uptrend line. This is the prior high. So traditionally or normally we can just see that, price always makes a kind of a quick bounce off of that prior high. However, when you are scalping something like this, you do have to be extra careful with your entry and your risk. So you can't really see it, but I am actually entering after confirmation, right? So price actually proved that it was holding, and then I get in. In hindsight, because I did have this actually charted out before I entered, this was a pretty strong daily level of resistance. And so when I saw price break through, I thought, okay, this is good for a pullback. We'll, make the next leg up. And in hindsight, it probably was not the best of trades, because when we actually look at the daily chart right here, there is honestly just so much, overhead supply or resistance that this stock is now running into. And, even if you draw just one line, there's so many other lines I could have drawn. You don't really know where exactly price is going to actually end up stopping. So in hindsight, this was not a good trade. I should not be, buying breakouts for a chart that looks like this. But yeah, either way, I kept my risk pretty tight. I was paying a lot of attention to the price action up here, so I got out. And yeah, definitely would not have, taken that much size if I had really paid attention to the daily chart the way that I should have. But nonetheless, those are my 2 trades that I took for Friday. Pretty good day overall. And yeah, I look forward to the next week. I think that the market will be a little weaker, but we might get some good relief bounces, some rallies to the upside. So yeah, I hope this video helps. I hope you guys learned something. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.